Achtbare voorzitter van de ANC, honorable president, honorable members, fellow South Africans. Mr. President, you use the fynbos as a metaphor to describe the resilient and static characteristics of this nation, which enabled our people to overcome critical challenges such as apartheid and currently the COVID-19 pandemic. This nation can overcome extreme heat and fires the fynbos endures to rejuvenate and grow afresh. But this nation was brought to its knees by the pandemic of bad governance, corruption, and the state capture. And this is where your metaphor becomes flawed. The intensity of bad governance and corruption had been simply raging for too long. Mr. President, you stated that we were victims of oppression, dispossession, and injustice for 3 centuries. What you are not saying, Mr. President, is that the 3 centuries became 4 under the ANC. The fire of failed local governance and service delivery had been raging out of control for years now. Auditor General reports and findings of Ratings Africa explain that district and local municipalities were destroyed by corruption, cadre deployment, and political incompetence. As a result, the majority of South Africans were and still are deprived of basic services. Even the courts see this and are entrusting infrastructure maintenance directly to local communities, as they can deal with it better than their own municipalities. Mr. President, we must fight corruption and strengthen the state, as you have mentioned. Kodwa mongameli asikwazi ukuthumela isela liyokubamba elinye isela. The public service is indeed at the coalface of government, and the National School of Government is a good intention. But Mr. President, what this school cannot teach is integrity, honesty, and transparency. Mr. President, the last Thursday evening, you addressed the country with what you believe to be a comprehensive update on the state of our nation. But the next day, your party's own health MEC in the Eastern Cape and the NCOP Select Committee chairperson appeared in court for fraud. I do not think Shakespeare could even imagine this. The district development model is as much as impractical, and it is a bizarre admittance of the ANC that they failed with their 3rd-tier governance. Centralizing government is not a solution, as the drivers of this is the same incompetent people who cares more for what is in the till than the needs of our people. The solution is to establish what went wrong in Northwest and Mangaung, Honorable Dodovu, and what went right, amongst others, the Overberg District Municipality and Theewaterskloof Local Municipality in the DA-led Western Cape. Mr. President, I served in both these municipalities as a councillor, and both were in tatters after the ANC was voted out. The Overberg District Municipality was resourceful with substantial reserves when the DA and ID/Good took over. At the end of the term, the municipality lost all its reserves. When the DA started the next term, it had to approach provincial government to give it money so that we can pay salaries. In a matter of 2 years, the DA turned this district municipality around financially and ensured it was in compliance with legal mandates. Under the ANC control, the Theewaterskloof Local Municipality almost received a disclaimer from the Auditor General in the year 2006-07 financial year, as assets and liquidity positions of the municipality could not be determined. We did wonders again. 2 years after the DA took over, this municipality received a clean audit, and 2 years later, the first of an uninterrupted clean audit. The difference between the municipality of Northwest and Mangaung and those controlled by the DA is that the administrators and the politicians do not talk about integrity, ethics, and accountability. Ons leef dit. The DA do not deploy corrupt mayors and councillors to higher organs of state, as is the case with the ANC. The solution is to have a cup of tea with Honorable Sileku so that the next time you address the nation, Mr. President, you share the names of people finally in jail. I thank you. Baie dankie.